Parker taking over in the interim and watching his main man. Lorenzo Orr finding him blindly is Cameron Murray. What a dish. Orr had 23 in the game. USC in command, then New Mexico State gets off. Crafton Ferguson reverses. And suddenly the Aggies are right in it. In the second half, they take command. Clyde Jordan from Thomas Wyatt. Then Jordan with a block on Murray. And then a huge run late in the game from Neil McCarthy's team. Rodney Walker scores the last 9 points in a 15-5 run. Walker finishes up with 25, and not a successful debut for Parker. It's the first meeting in 57 years. Things coming to a head with George Washington in town. Nimbo Hammonds drives the lane. Then he hits Antoine Hart for the jam. And Mike Jarvis's team, happy to the football team, forced the Hoosters over across campus.
John Saunders, I can't believe it. Look at these people. They're leaving. This is incredible. I can't believe it. It's a 92-90 game. People.
Dick Vitale knows hoops. Now it's a three-point game. 8 seconds left. But it won't go. But stepping out of bounds on Moten's miss is Antoine Hart. Jim Boeheim, just hours short of his 50th birthday, will get one more chance. You got 4 seconds to do it. Dick.
Wallace will inbound. He looked to Moten, now came out on top to Lloyd. Lloyd made the catch, the ball in the air. He got it!
Oh, unbelievable! Unbelievable! Oh, I can't believe it! Heartbreak on top of Mike Jarvis! Get those people back to the parking lots!
So Jim Boeheim doesn't turn into a pumpkin yet. In OT, the Colonials take command. Alexander Cool dishes to Hart. They score the first dozen in OT. GW scores 18 overall in the extra frame, and as Boeheim turns 50, it's the first win ever in 8 tries for the Colonials over the Orangemen. In the last 6 years, Syracuse had won Alabama, hosting Kansas State. K-State's Devon Davis with a steal. Mark Young lays it in. But Bama has been tough in their own arena. Jamal Faulkner gets a shot and hits the 3. He had 20. They like the long arc. Marvin Orange. Late in the half, Alabama with a huge run to put the Cats away. Eric Washington, who would also have 5 threes on the breakaway there. Washington had a career-high 23. The rout, 79-48. The last time a Kansas State coach debuted on the road, get off to a successful start. Oh, Gary Trent. He's from Columbus. They passed over him in recruiting. You think he remembers? Trent in the lane. An 18-0 run for OU after being down by 11. Trent from outside. Where is he? Find that guy. Inside, he misses the dunk. But the Buckeyes don't foul him. He can hit the 3. Got it. OU up 8 at the break. Randy Ayers had no answer for Trent. He couldn't miss. Well, even when he did, slammer. Trent had 26.15 rebounds. OU with a very rare win over the Buckeyes. In fact, it's the first time in 21 years the Bobcats have beaten any Big Ten team. The only other time they've won in Columbus was in 1970. In Charlotte.
Game home winning streak. Oh, Matt Maloney for Penn scored 13. The hoop of the foul. Canisius. Big night for Michael Meeks. Craig Weiss chipped in with 16 points. The loose ball, he likes to bank the ball whenever possible. Canisius wins. The Golden Griffins were led by Meeks. 36 points, 26 in the second half. They'll play George Washington Friday.
The name of a human eraser. 8 blocks for Rogers. Little man. It may be early, but you're on the smash. You got to wake up. There's great action here. New Mexico State's Crafton Ferguson. The follow jam. Upset time. New Mexico State over Alabama. 86-69. So New Mexico State now moves into the semifinals. Elsewhere, George Washington over Canisius, 62-59. In Virginia, Ohio U's Gary Trent. He's had a great tournament, hits the jumper. Bobcats up by 20. Virginia, though, does come back. Yuri Barnes on the inside. Virginia within 3, not enough. Ohio U wins it. Upset over the 14th ranked Cavaliers. Trent, 20 points, 13 rebounds. So it will be Ohio U in the semifinals.
First half, Brian Evans misses the jumper. Alan Henderson there to put it back in. Indiana led by 4 at the break. Rick Majerus is running. Utes turned it on in the second half. Off the errant pass, Brandon Jesse had quite the game. Gets it, takes it in for the slam. Later in the half, Brian Evans gets the pass to Henderson, who gets fouled and scores. Score tied at 63. Then with Utah up by 2, they get a second and third chance to score. Ben Melmoth is there to finally put it in. And time runs out. The Runnin' Utes beat Indiana. And as the clock expires, the celebration begins. Indiana only made 17 of 30 free throws, and that hurt him. Alan Henderson was 17 of the Hoosiers' sophomore season. Smith starts the game, a little kiss off the glass. Then Smith takes the lob and slams it home. Gary Williams at the Terps up 41-27 at the break. Second half, more from Smith. Off the break, the dunk, and then Smith shows his all-around game. He can shoot it and knock it down from the outside. Had 26 and 9. Maryland wins easily. The Silver Swords of Chaminade go into the loser bracket. They will face Indiana. Chaminade made just 3 field goals in the final 7.5 minutes of that first half. Gary?
If 13th-ranked Michigan could avoid the Hawaiian Hex, a matchup of intense intrigue could loom in the second round in Maui. The Wolverines would have to take out Tulane, and Arizona State overcome Texas A&M, and then Bill Frieders would face former assistant Steve Fisher on Tuesday. Frieders thus doing some scouting, looking like he's not interested, but you know he is. Checking out Fisher's squad. Oh, Jimmy King and Ray Jackson, the alley-oop, the 2 leftovers from the Fab Five, wondering if someday they'll play for the Washington Bullets. Dugan Fife, the guy that joined him a year ago with the steal, the lead behind for Olivier St. Jean. Wolverines up by a dozen in total command at the half. Then Tulane comes exploding back. Gerald Honeycutt with the windmill slam. The Green Wave still off and running. Back door behind the pack. It's Rayshard Allen. A 17-0 run. Suddenly it's tied at 68. Then Maceo Baston, a bastion of blockage. On the other end, the play ends up in the hands of King, who curls under, jackknifes, and rolls. And Perry Clark, oh, got so close, but Michigan holds on for the 3-point win. They're 5-0.
Square Garden, da-da-da, da-da-da. Why we do that? Because Steve Levy, of course, is a Sports Center anchor man. Antoine Hart there for the Jam, but Gary Trent here for Ohio U in a Jam, and Ohio U wins it 82-76. Trent had 24 in the ball game. The other preseason NIT semifinal, New Mexico State scored 16 of the game's final 17 to beat Memphis by 3. Maui Invitational, the championship game. Arizona State, Maryland, X-ray hit, kaboom. But ASU, too much. Great ball movement. Jeremy Veal wide open, banging home the 3. Bill Frieder, smile. You won the ball game, 97-90. Frieder's now won this tournament 3 times. He did it twice as a coach of Michigan. And speaking of Michigan, on cue, Tulane and Indiana, consolation activity in Hawaii. Bob Knight, well, his bunch is struggling. Gerald Honeycutt here for Tulane, and he's loose. He's got a jam. Honeycutt had 20 points in the ball game, including this bomb for 3 as Tulane wins it 86-68. Hoosiers now 1-2. Meanwhile, Texas A&M beats Chaminade for 7th place.